So it's been almost 2 weeks since my last tournament update and deck profile. And since then, I have played 3 more tournaments. I played this one, and this one. The last tournament you saw me playing on deck profile was when I got the top 7, the top 8, when I came 7th in Eagle's Nest. And the list I ran was this one. It had the Leo, it still had a Death Scythe, and it had Kira. This was one of the first updates I made to the list that got me a top. But since then, I played in 3 tournaments. This 5th out of 8th didn't mean much. That was a small tournament. I get 1 win and 2 losses. But then Eagle's Nest, I got 15th out of 34. And then Sunday Gundam fight, I got 4th, which is today's video, top 4 out of 22. And I went 3-1. And for all 3 tournaments, I used the same list. So it was this list here. And you can see that each time I use the same exact list. And this is the new list I'm running. So I had this clicking for almost 2 weeks. I haven't changed a single card since I created it, since I updated it. And this is the general list. What I did was I cut all the Death Scythe, I cut the Kira, I cut the Ale Strike. And this is the list I've finally settled on. And I don't think I'm changing anything. Maybe I may swap the ratios of the two bases, I'm not sure. But right now I think this is the best 50 cards I can personally run on the Operation Meteor, Ramp, Wing Zero, whatever you want to call the deck. On this green and white deck, I think this is the best list I could make. And if I could get a win, I want to move on to another list I'm working on. But until then, this is the list if you want to. From here on out, I can break down how I play the game with the deck and why I pick certain cards. And at the end of this, I can even tap on a match. Later on in the video, I will tap on one of the matches from the same tournament, so you could see me playing the list in action. But from here, you could just stay tuned if you want to know about how the list works, how I just play, and some of my thoughts on how to use the actual deck. So here we go. I can switch to the regular camera now. And this part easy. Top row is your early game. You want the Zoarts for blocking, L3 for blocking, you got First Contact for ramp, and Wing Gundam for ramp. Wing Gundam Bird Mode for ramp. When you are doing your mulligan, you want one of the 2 of these. These are the most important cards in the deck, more so than the blockers. If you could get the ramp and the blockers in one hand, you got a good start. Don't really worry about the top end. Yes, top end important, but you can find one of them at some point. And you have the Searcher card to help you find your top end when you get to that late game. What you really want when you mulligan is this, one of these, and preferably one of these. A pilot would be nice too, but this is what you really mulligan. This is what you really have to mulligan for. No, these are your level 2 players. At level 2, that's the only thing you can play. You don't have no level 1 players, so play one of these if you got them. That's your level 2. Level 3, you have Bird Mode or First Contact. Depending on if you only got one of them, you play the one you got at level 3. If you have both, here is how I decide what to play. If the opponent has nothing on board, First Contact is the better player from hand. If they have anything on board, Bird Mode is the correct play. And the reason for that is First Contact does ramp a rested resource instead of a EX resource. And a rested resource is more valuable long term for ramp than an EX resource, because EX resource, once you burn it, you go back a level. So if the opponent has nothing on board, play First Contact if you got the choice. If they have something on board, play Bird Mode. That's it. Alright, you have no level 4 plays per se, but because you should ramp at level 3, you can be at level 5. Your ideal level 5 play is Shenlong. I used to have Ale Strike here. The reason I replaced Ale Strike is because Ale Strike package took up like anywhere from 4 cards to 8 cards. Depends on how many Kira or Ale Strike you include. And it made my searching with Path to Victory or Defeat it made the searching kind of bad. So I added Shenlong in that level 5 spot, and I added Wu Fei as the full pilot. I removed Death Scythe. I still think Death Scythe overrated outside of the mirror, and even then I think that I've been doing pretty good in the mirror as well. So I don't think Death Scythe is the play, but I am not good enough to prove that. So until I can prove it, you just gotta trust me, bro. But anyways, Shenlong, why I like Shenlong even in the mirror and versus blue white is because when he attacks with or without a pilot, once he attacks, you can blow up a Lifrith or a Zoart, and that does come in handy more than you know. Because normally when you swing, they would probably and say they have Zoar and an Ail Strike, they will block with the Zoar first. The fact that Shenlong blows up the Zoar means they have to block with the Ail Strike if they choose to block. And the cool thing about that is, if you get to destroy it as well, you will do Breach 4 damage. Breach 4 kind of annoying if they got a 5 health base, but if they ain't got the base, it's just destroy a shield, and if the base is less than 5 health, it's destroy the base. So it's come in handy. And when paired with Wu Fei says that if the card has Breach when you are attacking, so only on your turn, it cannot take damage from anything 3 AP and below. So you could pair it with Shenlong, and if you say they had two blockers and you attack one that weak like Lifrith, you will still do Breach 4 and take no damage. If you had to attack the Zoar and they don't blow it up, you will still destroy it and take no damage. And that's come in handy, and I decided to invest in that a little further. Because Wing Gundam, the one from the starter deck, also has Breach. This has Breach 5. And you don't always have to pair hero with it anymore. Let's say you put Wu Fei in it, it still becomes a 6/6 on Link. And this can attack active characters that are level 4 or lower. Most level 4 or lowers will have 3 attack or less. But even if they don't, or say you attack someone with 6 attack, this is where this combo does come in handy. Playing Wing Gundam, Wu Fei, and playing this on your turn. You don't have to save this for the opponent's turn as a surprise. Play on your turn, even with Wing Gundam or Shenlong, because anything with 6 AP will come down to 3, and as long as Wu Fei piloting one of these, you will take no damage. And that is a big play that I don't think a lot of people see yet, and I ain't put it out there yet. Well, I put it out there now, but it's a play that a lot of people haven't seen yet, and I think it's a very wonderful play. It's a lot of cards and a lot of combo, but when it comes off, the fact that you could have a 6/6 Wing Gundam and you attacking and stunning for 3 and you take 0 damage means your Wing Gundam is still at 6/6 for them to attack back into and probably die, or you could get another swing next turn, and like it's put you so far ahead when the combo come off. And obviously Unforeseen Incident got the other normal way to use it, which is when they attacking to you, you got 1 resource up, you fling Unforeseen Incident, they lose 3 attack, they die, or at least you don't die. That's the plan with Unforeseen Incident. Hero don't need explaining anymore, and the Wing Gundam 0, I don't think that need more explanation. You basically ramp into this, and Hero is the best pilot for any of the Wing Gundams. Very rarely should you put Hero in a bird mode unless you are certain that player will win you the game. Hero is specifically for Wing Gundam and Wing Gundam 0. Every once in a while you could put him in Shenlong too, but this generally you want to keep your heroes for the 2 of these. And for the rest of the cards in that, you got the search when you're at level 5 for 1 cost. It's a great search, and you can search so many of the cards in here that normally if you have a unit and not a pilot, this could pull up one of your pilots. If you have the pilots and not a unit, this could normally find you a unit. It will normally find you a unit, and like that's well like this. This is the whole reason to play this deck. It is very consistent, and I made it as consistent as possible as far as I'm concerned, so that I could win as many matches. I don't go rely on hoping I get something, hoping I don't. Of course, you're playing white, so you play Overflowing Affection. You just draw 2, trash 1. Normally in the late game, I find I don't really play this early game anymore, I play in the late game. So in the late game, I would draw 2, trash for First Contact, because First Contact kind of useless in the late game. Bird mode also kind of useless in the late game as long as you got another Wing Gundam in hand. Because the reason for keeping bird mode in the late game would be to do a sneaky rush or link rush with bird mode and hero. But if you got another Wing Gundam, you could probably pull it off. So you could also, with Overflowing Affection, these are your 2 easiest things to trash. Sometimes you could trash the search too, but these 2 will be your priority to trash to make your decision making easier. And then for the bases, I play in the 6 health base and St. Gabriel Institute. St. Gabriel Institute is always feel up and down about, because it'd be nice to filter 1 card and know what coming next. But then sometimes it does hurt your heart to know what coming next, because you know you're not gonna win the game. So now you're in Portal and you're like, oh geez, I know I can win, I know what to do. I already know my next card. And it does kind of suck. But yeah, this is the deck list. I hope I give you a good idea on how to play. And like Hero, Wing Gundam Zero, these are your star cards. This is your surprise factor kinda. It's still good because it got Breach 4 and it does block small blockers. So all the L3s and Zoarts you could get by fairly easy, even without a link. And like I said, it will fit into Wing Gundam or Shenlong. That's come in handy. And I think that's the basic playbook. From there on out, you gotta learn all the lines yourself. You gotta learn how to play the mirror. You will run into a lot of green-white mirrors with the Wing Gundam. And I feel like I know how to play it now, but that's a lot of practice that I had. But you will gotta learn how to play it. Like this does hardly do anything in the mirror. And you gotta remember, because I'm playing Shenlong, he's only a level 5. This does 3 damage to Shenlong. So you gotta be careful with players like that. And then you gotta be careful of the opponent. All the opponents will probably be running Death Scythe. So you gotta know to play around Death Scythe, but because you're not running your own Death Scythe, you're not playing the game of chicken anymore. So you could play your own game. And I think that's the best I could do for now. I think I explained it properly, and I can leave one of my matches at the end of this video for y'all to watch. But until next time, I can try to win a game with this, win a full tournament with this, and then I want to move on to some white-red decks I've been working on. By trying to like just use one deck for a while, especially a consistent deck, so that if I could win one of these tournaments, I could start getting some packs. Because I still haven't gotten the booster box yet. All I have was, I think I get to order most of the starter decks, and I still waiting on them to come in. So I trying to win these tournaments to win some packs. Right now I don't care if I get loose dead packs, because that will at least give me cards to some of the commons and uncommons, so I could start building. Because I decided that locally, because online allow me to play with proxies, for my local environment, I will only play with cards that I open myself. So that's like a little fun project for me, and I can show you all my first deck once I have all my cards in hand. But anyways, enjoy the match if you want to watch it, and I'll see you all next time. Tap 2 to play Sword, and I'll pass to you. Alright, refresh, draw 1 for turn, 1 resource, tap 3 to play first contact, ramp in arrested resource, and I will pass to you. I will block that one and trade. Tree. Alright, refresh. I will draw 1 for turn, 1 resource. I will tap 3, 1, 2, 3 to play another first contact. Ramp in another rested resource, and then I will pay 2 for another Zord, and I will pass turn to you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I am at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to 7 next turn. Once again block, but this time I die and you survive by 2. Refresh. Draw 1 for turn, 1 resource. 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. 1, 2, 3. I'll pay a 3 for first contact again, ramping 1 more resource. And then I will pay 2 for Lifrith. And I will pass turn to you. Mm-hmm. 4. This is going. Kira Abyss. Gone. Gone, and you would take 3 damage. 2, yeah, 2, my bad, my bad. Yeah. I was surprised you didn't use Kira to swing. Oh yeah, Kira can't, that Zor can't swing. Yeah. Alright, refresh. Draw 1 for turn. 1 resource. How many cards in your hand? 3. Alright. I'll pay 1 for overflowing affection. Draw 2. Trash 1. I'm gonna trust this Shenlong Gundam. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll pay the 8 to play Wing Gundam 0. 3 damage to everything level 5. And I will pass turn to you. 4. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The first. Zor. Alright, refresh. Draw 1 for turn. 1 resource. I'm going to pay 1 for Path to Victory or Defeat top 5 search. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll take hero. Put these randomly to the bottom like that. I will swing 5 at your EX base. And then I will pay 8 again for another 0. And then yeah, that takes no damage. And then I will pay 1 for hero. And I will swing 8 at your freedom. 6. And I will pass turn to you. Alright, refresh. Draw 1 for turn. I'll pay 2 resources for St. Gabriel Institute, taking 1 shield. And looking at the top 2. 1 to the top, 1 to the bottom. And then I will swing 5 at your base. Yeah, high maneuver. And then I will swing 8 at your base. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll pay 4 for a Wing Gundam. 2, 3, 4, and I'll and then I will pass turn. Mm-hmm. I didn't hear you. This got 3 left. It's supposed to got 9. Yeah, it got 3 left. So I got 2 health now. I want to. How many cards in your hand? Oh, right. I want to use the action phase to play unforeseen incident. So I'll take 0. Mm-hmm. Two.
So we'll trade Ail Strike with
This one?
Yep.
All right. All right. Refresh. Draw 1 for turn. I will pay 1 for overflowing affection. Draw 2. Trash 1. I'll trash this bird mode. And then I will use wing 0 to swing 4 at the Anksha. I'll take 3 damage and you will get breach. And then I will swing 5 at your shields. And then I will pay 2 for a Zor. And I will pass turn to you. All right, refresh. Draw 1 for turn. I will swing 4 at your Elfrith with Wing Gundam. So he dies and you take 4 damage. I'll swing Zor into freedom to finish him off. Why didn't I think of that? And then you have nothing in hand, right? Alright. 5 at shields. Oh, don't forget Elfers took 3 damage. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 for another Wing Gundam. 1, 2, 3, 4 for Shenlong. And I will pass turn to you. This one? Right, 0. So you got 3 attack. You will take 3 damage. Wait, hold on. You only got 6 attack, right? Oh, so you take 6 damage. All right, refresh, and I'm praying for a pilot. They got 1. You got 6 attack, right? All right, I'll just swing 4 at Freedom and trade and get the breach. Yeah. And that's game. Good game, man.